What's good, everybody? It's your boy PaxStacks back with another one. Today we're talking about Google AI Studio. Make sure you drop that like and that sub. Let's get right into it. All right, guys. So here we are in Google AI Studio. If you haven't already, go to aistudio.google.com and you should be taken to this screen. And then you're just going to be prompted to sign in. All right, guys. So here we are logged into the AI Studio dashboard. So let's look at a few different example applets. Now, I will say before we look at these apps, you cannot directly edit this code like you would in Firebase Studio or you would on the Gemini Canvas dashboard. These are going to be examples of code that the Gemini models can write, and you can actually take this code and apply it in your own projects. Let's look at this Gemini 95. So over here it's going to have all the code actually in TypeScript, our HTML, and our CSS, and then it's going to load it up over here. Now, as I stated, you are not going to be able to edit this code with Gemini, but it does show you his capabilities, and if you wanted to edit things here, you would be able to edit them, and it will reflect it over here as well. Now, if you didn't know, you can generate images right here in AI Studio. They just added that recently. So I'm going to say, hey, show me a picture of a majestic horse running on the beach, and we're going to run this and see what happens. So as you can see, Gemini has generated an image right here for us. Normally you might have to go to Imagen or some other place, but they have added the ability for you to generate images right on the back end directly in Google AI Studio. Now, one of my favorite parts about Google AI Studios on the back end is recently that they added the grounding with Google Search, which is freaking amazing. It is essentially the same thing as using the Google Deep Research or any other deep research tool available on the LLM market. So we're going to click this grounding with Google Search, and the first thing we noticed is over here on the right hand side, it's going to tick this little bar that says grounding with Google Search, and the source says Google Search enabled. So it's actually going to be able to crawl Google Search and get a direct answer, right? So it's actually also going to populate our little bar here that says, what is the weather today in Zurich? The cool thing about that is if you know LLMs, they actually have a certain cutoff date. They're not able to answer current questions about current things, current events. So we should be able to get an answer from the AI without any hallucinations. So let's see what happens. So as you can see, Gemini gave us the correct answer with the weather. It knows exactly what day it is, it knows exactly what year it is, the temperature, the humidity, all those cool things that it normally would not know, or it might hallucinate and make up an answer. All right, so one of the best parts about Gemini is his ability to write code. So we're going to write some code right here, and then we're going to build a tiny little app, and we're going to show you guys how to do that super fast. So I have a very simple prompt here. I'm just saying, please generate a calculator using HTML. Please include the CSS and JS in the HTML file. That's really key here if you're using this to generate apps on Google AI Studio. So Gemini is going to go off to the races writing our code. All right, so the cool thing is here's our code for our calculator. We're going to scroll down here. We're going to copy this code. Now what we're going to do is go back to our starter apps, and we're actually going to create a new app. We're going to make a blank app, which is going to pull up this sort of canvasy type thing, and we're going to go to our index.html, right? We're going to click here and we're going to paste that code, and what you see is our calculator generated right here on the right hand side. Cool thing is we have a working little application right here that we can take this code and put it in anything else, which is why I said to make sure that if you're doing this on the back end, the easiest way to run this is to actually have Gemini include the code directly and the styling for the styling on the CSS and the code or any scripting that you have to do on the JS, to include it directly in your HTML file. That way you can edit it all here, and it's really good for small apps, but not anything too major. All right, so that's going to be it for this one, guys. I love you, and I'll see you on the next one.